Okay, let's set the scene. It's July 12th, 2025. Picture this. You're right there, center court, Wimbledon.
Ah, Wimbledon. You can just feel it, can't you? That buzz.
Totally. It's electric. Like, you know something big is about to happen. The grass is almost glowing under the London sky.
It really is something else. That feeling before a Grand Slam final. The history just hangs in the air.
And history was definitely on the menu that day. So today we're doing a deep dive into a Wimbledon final that was, well, completely astonishing.
Astonishing is the right word. It really defied all expectations.
We're going to unpack it all, the match itself, the players, their incredible stories, and really get into the why. Why did we see that scoreline? It left everyone talking.
Yeah, it really did send shockwaves. And you have to think about the setting, too. Wimbledon. It's not just another tournament.
Exactly. It's the oldest, the most prestigious, maybe, tradition meets drama.
Absolutely. You've got the iconic grass courts, the strawberries and cream, the royal box. It all adds to this unique atmosphere.
An atmosphere that was absolutely buzzing on July 12th, 2025. Center court was the stage.
And walking onto that stage, two players with such different paths.
On one side, Iga Swiatek, already a champion, multiple slams under her belt, just formidable.
And on the other, Amanda Anisimova, the American hopeful, making this incredible comeback after stepping away for her mental health. Really inspiring stuff.
You could feel the crowd, couldn't you? They were so behind Anisimova.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That classic underdog story, David versus Goliath. Everyone loves that narrative at Wimbledon.
But Iga Swiatek, she had a very different idea about how the day would go.
She certainly did. She wasn't there just to play. She was there to dominate.
And dominate she did. Let's just get straight to it. The result was, frankly, shocking.
It was. Iga Swiatek wins her first Wimbledon title.
Against Amanda Anisimova with a scoreline of 6-0, 6-0.
The double bagel. It's brutal terminology, but that's what it is. And in a Wimbledon final. Almost unbelievable.
Seriously, think about that. 0 games won by her opponent. It just speaks to absolute control.
Complete mastery. And the time.
Get this, 57 minutes. The whole final.
57 minutes. That's incredibly fast.
It's the shortest Wimbledon final in the open era, so since 1968. It beat a record from way back in 1962, which was 59 minutes.
Just mind-blowing speed and efficiency, really.
And the historical context of that scoreline. A double bagel at Wimbledon.
It's incredibly rare. You have to go back over a century. 1913, Ethel Larkham beat Edith Hannum 6-0, 6-0.
Wow, 1913. So not just rare, but like once-in-a-lifetime rare for Wimbledon.
Pretty much, and even across all Grand Slams in a final.
When was the last time?
You're looking at Steffi Graf against Natasha Zvereva at the French Open in 1988.
Steffi Graf. Okay, so we're talking legendary territory here.
Exactly. This wasn't just Iga winning Wimbledon. This was her making a massive statement, showing everyone she wasn't just a clay court player anymore.
Right. She'd become this, like, grass court force. It was just a clinical performance.
Utterly clinical. To understand how we got there, though, we need to look at the players themselves, their journeys.
Okay, let's start with Iga Swiatek. Her rise has been pretty spectacular.
It really has. Born in Warsaw, Poland, May 31st, 2001, and her family background is interesting.
Yeah, her dad, Tomas, was an Olympic rower, and her mom, Dorota, a swimmer. Does that sporting heritage, you think, give her an edge? Mentally, maybe?
Oh, I think it has to, right? Growing up around that level of dedication, understanding what it takes, it's not just talent, it's the discipline, the structure.
That makes sense. She turned pro pretty young, 2016. Won her first tournament at 15.
Yeah, in Stockholm, already showing promise. And by 2019, she's cracked the top 100. The trajectory was clear.
But the big moment, the one everyone remembers first, is the 2020 French Open.
Her first Grand Slam, and the first ever for Poland, male or female. Huge.
And she didn't stop there. Before this Wimbledon, she had already won the French Open 4 more times, plus the U.S. Open in 2022.
Just racking up the titles. And she hit world #1 in April 2022.
And stayed there for over 100 weeks straight. That's serious consistency.
It's incredible dominance. And her game, well, the forehand is just feared.
Oh, yeah. It's a weapon. But it's not just the shots, is it? It's the mental game, too.
Absolutely. Her mental strength is exceptional, and she travels with a full-time sports psychologist, Daria Abramovich.
Which isn't that common still, right? It shows how seriously she takes that side of things.
Exactly. It's about optimizing everything. Physical, technical, mental, the whole package.
And off-court, she seems quite different.
Yeah.
Very grounded, lives simply in Poland, reads books, not big on the whole social media circus.
Yeah, very humble, very focused. Maybe that helps her stay centered on court.
Could be. Such a contrast, then, to Amanda Anisimova's story.
A very different path, yeah. Born basically the same year, August 31st, 2001, in New Jersey. Her parents, Olga and Konstantin, were Russian immigrants.
And her sister played college tennis.
Right, Maria. So tennis was definitely in the family there, too.
And Amanda showed huge potential early on. Won the U.S. Open girls title in 2017.
Mm-hmm. And then that amazing run to the French Open semis in 2019. She beat Simona Halep, the defending champ. Big shock.
People were really tipping her for the top back then, a future multi-slam winner.
For sure. But then she faced, some really tough times, both personally and professionally.
Which led to her taking that break from tennis in 2023 for her mental health.
Yeah, which took a lot of courage to do, stepping away like that. But she came back strong.
She really did. Won a title in Melbourne in 2024. And then in 2025, she won a big one, the WTA 1000 in Qatar.
Yeah, those WTA 1000s are just below the slams. Winning that showed she was properly back in contention.
And her run to the Wimbledon final was impressive, too. She beat Aryna Sabalenka, who was world #1 at the time.
Huge win. So she was playing great tennis leading up to that final match.
But then, against Swiatek, it just seemed to fall apart.
It really did. The stats tell some of the story. Her first serve percentage was only 45%.
Oof, that's low. Especially on grass.
Very low. And the unforced errors just piled up. You can almost see the nerves.
It felt like the weight of the occasion, maybe even the crowd wanting her to win so badly, just got to her.
It seemed that way. You mentioned she looked overwhelmed. Can you elaborate on that? What did you see?
Well, from the start, her movement looked tight, not her usual fluid style. The serve toss seemed inconsistent, little things that add up.
Right. Hesitant footwork, maybe getting caught late on the ball, leading to those errors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially off the forehand side, which is usually a strength. And Swiatek just pounced on every short ball, every second serve.
Yeah, there was no let-up from Iga. Which brings us back to the why. Swiatek's dominance wasn't luck.
No way. She'd clearly worked incredibly hard on adapting her game for grass.
Mm-hmm. People used to see her mainly as a clay specialist, with that heavy topspin. But she adjusted.
So what were those adjustments? What did she change technically or tactically for the grass?
Well, a key thing was likely flattening out her ground strokes a bit, especially the backhand. On grass, a flatter, skidding ball is much harder to handle than high-bouncing topspin.
Right. It stays low, rushes the opponent.
Exactly. And her serve placement was impeccable. She wasn't just hitting hard. She was hitting spots, exploiting Anisimova's positioning, stopping her getting into rhythm.
So it was strategic. Not just power, but smart power.
Precisely. And her movement on grass looked so much better than in previous years. That footwork was flawless. She was always balanced, ready to hit.
And the result was, well, perfection, almost. No break points faced. Winning 85% of her first serves.
Yeah.
Only 7 unforced errors.
7 errors in a whole Grand Slam final. It's unbelievable.
It was like she was in the zone. You hear athletes talk about it. Everything else just fades away.
Yeah, the crowd noise, the pressure.
Yeah.
She becomes white noise. She was locked in.
While Anisimova, on the other side, just seemed unable to find any answers. The nerves, as we said.
Yeah, and that crowd support, which should have helped, maybe it backfired. Added pressure.
It's possible. Sometimes wanting it too much or feeling everyone else wants it for you can tighten you up.
It really highlighted that gap, didn't it, between the absolute peak, where Swiatek was operating, and even other top players.
So what is a match like this? Such a one-sided final. Tell us about women's tennis right now.
Well, it definitely shows Swiatek's level is just extraordinary. Her focus, intensity, consistency, it puts her firmly among the greats already.
6 slams at 24. It's scary to think how many more she could win.
It really is. But it also shows, I think, how complete you need to be now. Physically, technically, mentally, Swiatek had it all aligned that day.
And for Anisimova, what's the takeaway for her? She's only 23.
Yeah, still so young. Look, it's a brutal experience, no doubt, but it's a massive learning opportunity.
You have to learn from losses like that, right?
Absolutely. Her talent is obvious. Reaching the final proves that. But this highlighted maybe areas to work on: consistency under pressure, managing those big moments, mental resilience.
Like you said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. This could be a catalyst for her.
Exactly. Sometimes the toughest losses teach you the most.
The reactions afterwards were quite telling, too. Swiatek was very classy.
Always is. Very gracious, acknowledged Anisimova's run.
And Anisimova, despite the obvious disappointment, she spoke about learning from it, coming back stronger.
You could see that determination, that fire hasn't gone out.
And the legends weighed in, of course. Chris Evert saying Swiatek's just on another level.
Mm-hmm. And John McEnroe calling it one of the most dominant Wimbledon performances he'd ever seen, saying she's rewriting history.
Which, when you look at the stats, the double bagel rarity, the match time she really did.
It puts into perspective how special that performance was. We talk about the evolution of the game, players getting stronger, fitter.
Yeah, the overall level is so high.
It is.
Yeah.
But this match showed that even within that elite group, someone can find another gear, a level of dominance that's just breathtaking.
So as the day ended, Swiatek lifts the Venus Rosewater dish, first Wimbledon title. Huge for her, huge for Poland. A reward for all that hard work, that adaptation.
A truly deserved champion. And for Anisimova, disappointment, yes, but also experience gained. Her journey continues.
It's more than just a score, isn't it? It's about preparation, mental strength, performing under that intense spotlight.
Perseverance, too, both in winning like that and in facing a defeat like that.
Which leaves us with a thought, maybe. What does it actually take to hit that absolute peak? To find that zone where nothing else matters but the game?
And maybe just as importantly, if you're on the receiving end of a day like that, how do you process it? How do you find the strength to learn, regroup, and push forward again?
Because that's often where the real story lies, isn't it? Not just in the winning, but in how you respond to the toughest moments, the comeback after the fall.